phishing, or we are trying to take advantage of any weakness. So that is what password hacking is. Now let's say we have hacked the password. We have got the database. Now that database is with us. Now generally what happens is, like whenever passwords are stored, passwords are not stored in the form of plain text. Okay, so passwords, they are like, firstly they are converted to hash values, and then these hash values are stored inside the database. Okay, so in this password cracking, now let's say we have any password which is hashed or which is in the encrypted format. We will be breaking the hash and we will be trying to decrypt it, and we'll be understanding what is that password. Okay, so you can just see here that password hacking is a broad term which is referring to the illegally gaining access to someone's password or password protected system using a lot of attacks. Okay, and password cracking is that we are using a lot of tools to basically understand that hashed or that encrypted password. Okay, so today we shall be learning about two tools. One is John the Ripper and second is Hydra. So this is the objective for the day. We will be learning about John. Then we will see what is hashing. We will learn about types of modes in John the Ripper. We shall be seeing its rules. And then we will see, let's say, if we have any zip file and that zip file is, and we have forgot the password of zip file, then how with the help of John the Ripper, we can crack the password. So these things we will be learning today. Okay. All right. So now let's start with the introduction of John tool. So this John the Ripper is one of the very commonly used password cracking tool. It's an open source tool which is very fast and effective. There are a lot of security analysts, researchers, system administrators. They are using John the Ripper tool. Okay. So now, before discussing this John, like onto Kali, let us see this concept of hashing. Okay. So now, generally, if I'm explaining, uh, like about the states of data. So we have mainly two states of data: data at rest and data in motion. Okay. Yes, you're saying something? Okay. So we have data at rest and data in motion. When I say data at rest, this means when the data is in the stored phase, when the data is not moving. At that point of time also data is protected via hashing. And if I say data in motion, this means when the data is traveling from one place to another place, at that time also it is encrypted. So this hashing, like hashing is a process where we are converting the data to hash format. So here we have one tool. This is CyberChef. Okay. Now, for example, now let's say if my password is password. All right. So this is one of the very common password, which is password. And from here, I have selected the method MD5. This is one of the type of hashing algorithm. So what is hashing? If I'll tell you, we have plain data. Okay. Onto plain data, we are using one hashing function. And then this data is converted to hash value. We call this plain data as key. Okay. Now, this is your main password. For example, my password is password. And now when I am storing this password, or when I like, or now let's say if this password is stored in some database, onto top of this password, hash function in like this hash function is implemented, and this will be converting this plain password to hash value. And in your database, password is not stored as a plain data. Password will not be like password. This will be converted to hash value, and then this is getting stored. Okay. So now, yes. So here I have chosen this method MD5. We have to drag and drop it here. And you can see that this is converted to this hashed value. So we have this input as the key. On the top of input, we have added this MD5 algorithm of hashing, and the data got converted to this format, which is the hashed value. Okay. All
Can,
right.
can you do it
So
for one more time? Can you do it for one more time? I couldn't see that.
yeah, sure.
Is there any way
Uh,
to identify which method is been used for hashing? Suppose if we get hashed values.
yes. We have a lot of ways. We'll come on to that. So firstly, let's say we have this input. For example, if I'm taking admin 1234, okay, this is the input. So I have dragged this. So here, see, here I am typing MD5. Okay, this is one of the type of very commonly used hashing algorithm. This is a weak hashing algorithm. So for the demo purpose, we are choosing it. So now I'm just dragging and I'm dropping here in the recipe, and we have this output. Okay. Now is it okay for all? So you simply have to go to this Cyber Chef tool. So this tool I'm just sharing with you all. Come to this tool. You have to give the input here, add the method in the recipe, and you will get the output. Okay. So firstly, what we are going to do is we will be seeing how we can use John the Ripper tool to understand and to crack this hash value. Okay. So we are starting from basic. We will be seeing that how with the help of John the Ripper, we will be trying to decrypt it. Then we will also be learning about different methods, different hashing algorithms, like how we can tell John to do that. We will also be learning now, let's say if I don't know what's the hashing algorithm, or if I don't have any word list, then how will I come to know the password? So that thing also we can do. Okay, so we are going in a flow. So yes. Should I proceed now? This portion is clear to all? Okay. I hope my full screen is, yeah, now it's okay. All right. So now I am coming on to my Kali. Okay. Let me come up here. Okay. I am increasing my font size. I hope it's all okay. All right. So now, firstly, I am creating a folder. Okay. So mkdir, let's say, networking password. And now let me come to this folder because I want to keep it sorted and I'm clearing everything. Okay. Now let's see how to use this John tool. Whenever you are seeing any tool for the very first time, what you have to do is type the tool name and look for the help. -H for help. So in Kali, things are very easy. You just type the tool name, give space, give -H, and we can see help. All right. And with every tool, you will be seeing its usage, how to use it. So we have John, we have options, and we have password files. If I say options, now see, these are the options. Single seed equal to word, single pair minus max. So we have a lot of options. Okay. So now see, generally speaking, all these options, they like you will not be using them very frequently. We have certain options like word list. We have options like format. We have options where we are defining the type of data. That thing you will be using quite often. All right. So now let us say I am a hacker. I have hacked the website. I have got the database, but the passwords are encrypted. The passwords are hashed. So we will be trying to understand that from this tool, John, like what's the password? Okay. All right. So now, So now let's make a file. Okay, nano, let's say list.txt. Now in this list, I am pasting this hash value, which I have recently calculated, this one. Okay, and here I am just pasting it. Now, okay, so this was my password okay, admin1234, and I have converted it to this hashed format, and I have pasted the hash value here. All right. Now here I am also giving more passwords. For example, password, which I was saying. So now let's copy it and let's paste here. All right. Now I'm just saving it. And if I'm just showing you, we are having these values in the file. Now let's try John. Okay. So John, then we have to give format. So here I have stated format is raw MD5 because we have selected MD5 algorithm from that CyberChef tool. All right. And this is the list, which is list.txt. So the syntax is very simple. John hyphen format equal to type of method used and then the file name list.txt. Now I pressed enter. Now can you see this has cracked the password, which so now this has cracked the password. Okay. Now, so this is how this John tool is working. And see, generally earlier I have cracked earlier I have also given this password admin1234. That's why it's not showing up here because it has already calculated and has told me the value. Okay. All right. So this John tool. So is there anybody who is doing parallelly? You please open your Kali and just follow these steps. Okay. Simply create a file. In the file, you have to paste the hash values and then using John hyphen format, new type of data. Yeah. Yeah. So you are saying something?
Hello.
Yes, Sanjay.
Madam, how can we know that in which format the password is saved?
Yeah. Okay. So, okay. So to find out that, see, now generally, okay. So let's say if I'm just showing you this thing. Okay. So we have one tool that is Hashcat. So now like they have given a proper documentation of example hashes and their types. Okay, so for this thing we need to once we will practice we'll come to know. Now here can you see? So we have different type of hashes. So now let's say we have a normal hash which is of this format which I was showing you onto CyberChef. So here if you are seeing the hash we calculated from CyberChef, this is quite simple, like 5F4D. So just by seeing the pattern and how it's looking like, we can understand the type of hash and the hashing algorithm being used. So this is MD5 hash. Okay. So now let's say if hash is of this type, then this is the type of hash name. We have SHA1, which looks like this. So here we have the proper documentation of how the hashes are looking like. And once we are doing practice, we will be able to understand which type of hash it is. And now let's say if you're still not able to find out, no worries. In John the Ripper, we have one iterative mode also, where we don't even have to specify the type of hash, and we don't even have to define anything for it. Just simply type John, give format iterative, then give the hash file and run the scan. Okay. So to identify the hash type, we have a proper documentation. This hashcat is also one of the tool used for password cracking, but their documentation is very good, by which you can understand the type of hash. Moreover, onto this cyber, see, we have one more tool, that is Crack Station. So this tool is not much helpful, but still, now let's say if the hash is a very like if the hash belongs to some password which was very common, and this tool is having data of that, then this may give you the information. This will even crack it and will give you the result. Because see how this hash, but because see this tool is working in this way. See here, CrackStation uses massive pre-computed lookup tables to crack password hashes. These tables store a mapping between the hash of a password and the correct password for the hash. All right. So now it's already having a pre-computed database. So if you will give hash here, you can understand the type of hash and the value which is there. But generally, how we do in pen testing is we basically use this documentation by Hashcat, where by analyzing the hash, we ourselves have to manually identify the hash type. Okay, we have tools like hash identifier also, but it's possible that many number of times even they will not be able to find the hash type. So we have to manually see and understand. Are you getting? So this documentation also I'm sharing with you all, and this tool also. So have you understood? Any questions?
Ma'am, I have one question. What about the
Yeah.
other phrase which you have pasted? You have pasted two phrases, right? Two ciphertext.
Yeah, so that's what
That's
I said. Yeah, like how this John tool is working. Now let's say if you have already cracked some hash, okay? So this John will not be computing that again. All right. Now, for example, if because see, now let's say if you are doing it onto your system for the very first time, then you will be able to see the cracked password for 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 also. But I have already done that. So this John
okay.
tool is basically storing that with itself.
Okay,
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 and
okay.
this, yeah, all right. Now let me address any other question. Okay, perfect. So now let's say, so now for example, we have a zipped file, okay, and we want to crack password for that, but we have forgot the password and we want to find out the password. So now let's see how to use John for that. I have closed everything. So now let me create a folder. And the name of the folder is, let's say, networking password. Okay. And this is my folder. Now I'm going inside this folder and here I'm making a file, create a document, empty file. And now for this file, I am giving it the name secret. This is my secret file. And here in my file, I am just typing something. For example, password is, let's say password is @1234. So now let's say this is some random password I'm giving here and I'm just saving and I have closed it. All right. Now I'm doing right click and here I'm doing create archive and I'm making it as a zip file because I'm zipping this secret file. Here I can even give the password. So now let's say I have given the password 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. So for now, like we are taking basic password, we can take difficult passwords also, but that will take a lot of time to crack. So concept is same. You can practice in your laptops if you have time. Okay. So now I am doing create. So now I have created this secret.zip file. All right. Now I am opening the terminal here and then I am maximizing my screen. Okay. And here we can see that we have secret and we have secret.zip. Now I am using zip to John. Okay, so we have one tool that is zip to John. Yeah. And this is my secret.zip file. And now let's say I'm storing it here. For example, pass hash dot txt. Okay, so now this zip to John, what this tool is doing, this tool is converting the secret.zip file to the hash format. Okay, and now I am doing enter. Now if I am typing ls, we have this secret file and we have pass hash.txt. If I am just showing you pass hash.txt file, can you see? This is the data inside pass hash.txt file. Now, so firstly, we have converted zip file to the hashed format. Now we will be using John to crack the hash. So now let's do this John and then pass hash.txt. And now can you see this tool has cracked the password 12345678. So now let's say if your password is a difficult one also, that thing also you can do with the help of John. But remember, John will only be able to find out those passwords and those password hashes whose information is there in the repository of John. See, now here can you see this John is using a word list which is user share John password dot list. In this user share John password dot list, there we are having lookup tables. Okay, and this John tool is checking whether for this value hash MD5 hash exists or not. If John is able to map up that this value like this hash value belongs to this value, then this will be giving you the results. Now let's say if your password is quite complex, then it is possible that John will not be able to detect that. Okay, so we can give custom word list also. All right. Okay. So now if I'm just showing you this file, user share John password list, let's copy and let's try to see. Okay. So here I am going in user. See, now you all just see here in Kali, we have a lot of word lists which are already existing. For example, AMAS word list, which is for subdomain searching. We have DNS map. So we have john.lst. We have dir, Bitbuster for directory searching. We have a lot of word lists already present. Okay. Now this john.lst. So now let's see. I can even open in mousepad john.lst. Now here can you all see? So we can just read here that this word list. So firstly, let's see this comment. This list has been compiled by a solar designer of OpenWall project. In 1996 through 2011, it's assumed to be in the public domain. Okay. So this list is based on the passwords most commonly seen on a set of Unix system in mid 1990s, stored for decreasing number of occurrences. So here, like you have a very good word list. We can just check below. So now can you see? So we have a list of passwords like 123456 password, password one, computer, Tigger, QWERTY, money, Carman, Mickey, secret. So they are, yeah. Yes, you're saying something? So earlier people used to keep these passwords as common password, but still there are a lot of people who are keeping simple passwords. So this John is by default using this word list to check on, because see, we have two things. Okay, one is encryption, second is hashing. Encryption is a two-way function. If you are encrypting a data, we have methods to decrypt that. But if I talk about hashing, hashing is a one-way method. If I'm converting a data to some hashed format, we do not have any direct dehash function. We are either looking, we are either brute forcing, okay, and we are looking up onto these records, or we can even try iterative mode to understand if we are able to crack it or not. See, hashing is a secured mechanism, and it is not always possible that you will be able to crack the hash. Okay. if the hash method is weak, if the password is a commonly used password, or if fortunately by luck you are able to find out the word list, or you are able to generate a word list which is a good one, then you may crack the password. Okay, so that's why many number of times what happens is, let's say hackers have hacked the database, they are having the database, but still there are chances that they will not be able to recover all the hash values. Okay, so that's why it's recommended to keep your passwords complex and long, because if your passwords are difficult and of more digits, then it's difficult for hackers to crack those. But now let's say if you are using same password for a lot of websites, now it's a possibility that data breaches keep on happening. So maybe you have made your account onto Domino's, Pizza Hut, Burger King, and you have same password everywhere. Now in your bank also you have same password for your ICICI net banking, let's say. So it's a possibility that your account may get compromised. Okay, so that's why you should never keep same passwords for multiple websites, and try to uh, make passwords complex and long, because longer the password, more difficult it is for us to crack it. Are you getting? Yes, please tell me. Any questions?
Yeah, I have a question.
Yeah, please tell me.
Yeah, so for we do the encryption part, ciphering, we used different tools to decode that, right?
Yes,
Cat, cracks, session, and other tools. So, do
yes.
we have any automated tool which we can use, to search the value which we have, and that can, look for it in all those websites?
They are automated tools only. What's manual in this? You only have to give the command, that's it. We are not doing anything, right?
Mm-hmm.
Tool is automatically working at the back end. We are only giving the command. If you're asking for GUI tool, we have. So Hydra graphical, we have that's a GUI based tool.
Okay.
Yeah, see here, like, okay, so you only tell me what we are doing. We are only writing the command, that's it. And at the backend, tool is doing a lot of permutations, combinations, is checking the values, and will be searching and giving the results directly onto your table. We are simply giving the command, that's it.
Hello, CMM. Can you share the link for ISO from Kelly Linux for the group of
Uh, for
WhatsApp?
what, Azim?
I'm just saying, can you share the
Kali ISO.
Kelly Linux, Kelly ISO for the VMware uses?
You're asking ISO file for Kali?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
right.
You don't install ISO. See, this is like installation is very simple. If you will download image, I'll tell you. See, ISO takes a lot of time. So you just go to get Kali, okay, and open this link. Forget installer image. Come to virtual machines. And now let's say if you have installed VMware workstation, you just download it. If you have VirtualBox, download it. Very simple. Only extract the file, double click on this, and Kali setup in your virtual machine.
So guys, a lot of people are asking like how to do the practical and all when somebody's enrolling a full course. So this is the way to do the practical. Like you don't need to take any labs separately, or you don't need to do it like you need to pay for the lab extra. So within your laptop itself, you're able to do it. You can download all the application in your laptop.
Yeah. See, whatsoever tools I will be teaching you, they will be open source, okay? And I shall be guiding you with installation of each and every tool. So we will be starting from level 0, because I believe like we have people from different backgrounds. So starting from installation of Kali till setting up of the virtual machines, which we will be doing like Metasploitable Linux machine or any vulnerable application, we will be doing everything onto our systems. Right? And they will be free. You don't have to pay for anything, any lab.
And guys, today itself we have like a call with CEH, for the iLab they are charging 7 to 8,000. So why we are paying for this? It's better that I'll install each and everything on my own laptop, right?
Yes, and CH iLabs are not even good. They hang a lot. And if you do onto your laptop, you have full freedom. You can increase memory, you can decrease memory. It's up to you. It's your laptop,
So
right?
what would you recommend? Installing it in
Yeah, actually,
hypervisor
I
or
have 128 GB
VirtualBox?
RAM by the laptop, and I have already used for VMware 16.2 full license because
See, even this VMware player, see, I'm using community version. Even this is good. And even this never hangs.
yeah, because my laptop is a 64 GB RAM and 14 core i7
Okay,
for latest. So
okay.
we have already used for VMware for the Aruba laptop and CCNP and HCIP. We have used it for that uses. So Kali Linux already we have two versions. Can we have practice for that?
I'm not understanding. Can you please
64
repeat
is enough.
yourself?
You can install, Azim.
Yes.
Yeah, so
Okay, we have discussed after that.
yeah,
Thank you.
you can install in your own laptop.
Yeah, so you can download into your laptop everything.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah. Because I feel that we have a lot of tools for free. And even if we have some paid tools, we can use their trial version, right? We even have the uh, now let's say if we will be learning about Splunk or any other tool in our SOC sessions. So Splunk is a paid tool, right? But we can have 60-day of free trial. We can do that. We can learn onto it. We can access all the functionalities. Same for Wazoo or same for any other thing. Even for Nessus, if you are seeing Nessus Professional, we can take 15-day free trial. We can understand it properly. And now let's say if you are applying for any job, then companies will be giving you the Nessus access. What's the issue? So there is no problem in anything. Things are very simple and sorted. Okay. Now, yes. So, see here. Now, if I talk about John the Ripper, this is basically here we have some of the modes. We have single mode, word list mode, incremental mode, and external mode. So now each mode is using a different strategy to guess the password. Now, what's the single mode? In the single mode, like we have discussed, we are defining John. Then we are giving hyphen hyphen format, the type of format being used, and then the list. Okay. We can even define our own custom word list. Now, for example, we have hash of a password, which is a very complex password, and that password is never leaked in any data breach. So we can create our own custom word list. We can understand, and we can use that also. So now many people will ask this question, like how to create a good word list, right? And if you want to create a good word list, you need to do reconnaissance. Okay, reconnaissance is backbone of everything. Whatsoever we will be seeing, let's say if it's Wi-Fi cracking or if it's anything, we need to have a word list for that also. So recon is very important. And now, for example, if you are cracking some passwords and you have gathered the information about IP sources, you are deep diving more into the software, you are exploring more. So we have to do proper recon. We have a lot of tools also which are helpful in creation of the word list, but I feel your manual research will enhance your word list creation process. See, so same happens with when we are using chat GPT, right? Like if we are giving a good prompt, if we have researched something, if we are giving the prompt, then only chat GPT will give us the good result which we want. So to be more specific, we need to do recon well. All right. Okay. So now we have that word list mode which I was telling about. So let's go back. So where I was in my desktop and here I was. I will come here again. Okay. Yeah. I guess this was my. It's okay. So let's make a new folder. All right. Okay. So we were seeing word list mode. Okay. So now we are having a word list, and that is a difficult one where we are not having because we are not able to crack that from the existing word list. So we can give custom word list also. So now firstly, let's create one new word list again. So now let's say it is custom, and here we have word list. Okay. So it's my custom word list dot txt. Now in this word list, so let's come here. We will be needing this tool. And here, let's say I am giving something hard. For example, Sia at the rate 1, 2, 3, 4. And maybe here I am giving, let's say, for example, computer. So now let's say this is my password. So this is the hashed value. So now I have copied it. And here I am pasting it. Okay. Similarly, okay, so now let's keep it 1 for now and let's save it. So this is the entity in the custom word list. Now we are making the hash file, which is hash.txt. In this hash file, we are giving this hash. Here I have given this hash value. Okay, so Control X, Y, enter. Now let's open this custom word list file again and let's give some more words here. For example, admin or let's say India at the rate 2025 or let's say ABCD. We have something random. So we have a lot of random words. Now I'm just saving it. So now we have a word list. So just like earlier we were using the default word list, here we have a custom word list and we have this hash file. We will be cracking password of this hash file. Okay. So John, then we simply have to give. So here also we have the format as raw MD5. And then we want to crack password of what? We want to crack password for hash.txt. So this I'm defining. And then we can give the custom word list. Hyphen word list equal to, we can give the word list, which is custom word list.txt. Okay. Yeah. So somebody is asking any question. Let me check it. Yes, correct. So now let's say if the password is complex, we even need to have system having more computational power. Okay. So when I will be showing you incremental mode, see, you just see currently my laptop is very happy because my CPU utilization is less. But once I will start iterative mode, this will reach up to 97%. I will show you. Okay. So now we have given custom word list. And now can you see this has cracked the password. This. So this is the word list mode. All right. Now let's say neither we have word list nor we have any hash type. We can use incremental mode. No problem, but that will take a lot of time. So now how to do that? So this is John hyphen format. We are doing equal to then incremental. Yeah. So here, like even if we are not defining format, that is also fine. We can define incremental, and then we can define this hash file, hash.txt. Now can you see above this my CPU utilization? This tool is working at the backend and is trying to search everything. Okay, so since my laptop is okay types, this is not much strong. So you can just see that how much CPU it's taking. But if you have no information of anything, but you still want to crack the password, John hyphen incremental and then hash.txt. This is how we are doing it. So now like how this incremental method is working, this will firstly be, so now here like John will be starting from very short length passwords. Okay. For example, 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then this will be increasing the length gradually. And inside this John tool, okay, in its configuration file, I will also be showing you its configuration file, but firstly, I want to stop it because it's disturbing my system. Yeah, so now it's all okay. Yes. Yes. So now now what it will be doing this. So now this John is already having predefined character sets. For example, lowercase, uppercase, digits, and symbols. Okay. And this incremental method is okay, but this is more efficient if you're having small length passwords because this will not take much time onto that. All right. Okay. But this will make your system very slow. So this John incremental hash.txt. So this command also I'm sharing in the chat box. Okay. So till here, like, please tell me, like, if you have any questions from this John incremental method or format method or how we have cracked password for the zip files. Please tell me. Any questions?
All right. Thank you. What is
Yes.
the, yeah, if I want to know the background working of these commands, how does it really
Yeah,
work? And
okay. Yes. So see, all right. So we have a lot of options from verbose option. You can check it out. Uh, and here, if I'm just showing you this john.configuration file where you can understand the working in detail. So let me just locate it. Locate John. So here we have a lot, like whenever any tool is installed, by default, a lot of packages and files install with it. Okay. So now if I'm just scrolling up, I want to show you John.configuration file where they have properly documented everything. And now see, this is up to you. You can even change that configuration file. You can even write your custom rules. You can just change digits, change number. You can change anything. For example, like I told you, like how this tool is working, this will firstly be starting from small length characters and will be taking big size characters then. So you can even change that in this configuration file. Let me check out the path. Or let me just locate john.conf. Yeah, so we have this locate command, okay, with helper which we can search where our files are. So let's check it out. Mouse pad. We have etc. We have John. And we have john.configuration. This file, okay? So now you just see, so this file is a part of John the Ripper password cracker. And here, if I maximize, so we have everything here. Okay, like how things are happening. Beep when a password is found. So like now it's no. If set to Y, then dynamically format will always work with bare hashes. So we have everything here. Now let's say if I'm showing you this incremental mode. Can you see? So now default batch mode, and now it's telling here it's a type of incremental mode. And here we have, so now like we can just customize it according to us. Okay, so like if you need to do anything, we can do it. So you can just scroll the tool, check it out, the format in which you want to see the information. So here, if I'm just going above, um, so now like see here, can you see? So default word list file name it's taking as John password dot list. Now, if you don't want this password file, you can even give the custom file name. So it's very customizable. It's a very good tool. Okay. And now here, if I'm just showing you on the browser, now let's say we are checking John verbose mode. So here, like we can just check it out. It's command line options. You can check by using -h and see the documentation well for the tools. With every tool comes a very good manual. So here, can you see? So we can either define single or not, like that's okay. Word list file name, and we can give, yeah, so we can save the memory level. We can define the users also. So this is very good and customizable tool, John the Ripper. All right. Okay. You please give me 1 second, okay? Yeah, okay. Um, all right, yes. So firstly, you all please tell me like if you have any questions or not. Which part you're not understanding? I was only showing the configuration file of John the Ripper. That's it. Okay, so you don't have to understand that in depth. That was like how the configuration file looks like. Yeah, see, correct. So we can either use manual with every tool or we can check for the help. Right? So here, like if I'm just showing you man John, we can check its manual. Okay. So that thing also we can do. And now let's say if you want to search for the help, so John -h. And now let's say you want to see something specific. For example, I want to see something like verbosity. So here like we are not having this option. So now let's check out, let's say version. Okay. Or let's say check out this format. So we have the type of formats. Let's say if we are checking out word list, like how we need to use it. So we can just check out those options. So this grep is a command which is used for filtering. Now let's say in this John Hill, you want to filter something specific. So that thing you can give as grep and then the word. Right? Okay. So now I am coming into my presentation. Yeah. Okay. So now we have one more tool also, which is Hydra. So Hydra is also a password cracking tool, just like John. It's also an open source tool, which we can see. And Hydra's syntax is quite easy. So here you can just see that it's a fast and flexible password cracking tool. And we can use it to try a lot of brute force attacks. And its syntax is very simple. So we have Hydra -l username. Now let's say if you are aware of the username, then we can define Hydra -l username and -P if we have the word list. If we have a big list of passwords, we have to select for the passwords. And then we have the target IP or the protocol. So this protocol portion is optional. All right. So here, if I'm just showing you, it's syntax. Can you see? So now let's say if we need to hunt onto SSH service, we are doing Hydra hyphen L. Let's say if I'm aware of the username, and hyphen P for the entire word list, for the list of passwords, and then we are giving the IP address and the protocol. So here, if I'm just showing you this Hydra tool. Okay. So now we can just quickly look for Hydra also. So let's check for Hydra and let's see the help. Now, see, we have a lot of options here. And generally, if I'll show you, this is how we need to use it. So Hydra hyphen L, we have to define the user, hyphen P for password list. Then we can define the protocol and then the IP address. All right. So now let's say I am opening one more file, that is, so one more VM I am opening, that is Metasploitable Linux machine.
Ma'am, we need to use targeted IP address, right?
Yes. Target IP we need to give. So means this is the IP of the device or any domain or any website whose
So
password you need to crack.
yeah, I have a question.
Yes.
So I have one AP of which I forgot the password. How can I crack it?
Password of what?
Access point.
Okay. So you have the password.
No, I do not.
You are asking password for access point. So that
Right.
is a, yeah. So that is a so like that is web based.
Yeah, I mean, it, so it has one IP and you can access that AP via, web browser, but it is asking
Okay.
for user ID and password, user ID and
Yeah. See,
password.
we
Yeah.
can crack, but this is not sure that how much time this will take to get
Mm-hmm.
cracked. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Ma'am, can you show us any example, right? Live example,
yeah.
if possible.
I'm showing you here. Let it load.
Also, is it a part of cracking or hacking? One scenario which I've mentioned.
So like, okay, so you have the access point, okay, and you don't have the password, right? So that
Right.
is the password hacking. Because see, we need to check on like what all vulnerabilities are there in that web app.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so password cracking, this is a very small portion of what we do as pen testers. We mainly have to like search for the weaknesses, exploits for the same, and this is the last thing. Okay, so
Mm-hmm.
if I have hacked the system, I have got the password, I have stolen the password. Now what? Now I am doing cracking. Now I am cracking the password to understand its plain value. This is the last phase. Okay, but firstly, if we have a website, we need to hunt onto it. We have to explore what flaws are there. Okay, and see, this is not 100% sure that all the sites will be vulnerable, so we have to take time, we have to explore the application properly, and then we can try hunting onto it. Okay.
Ma'am, hey, I have an access point, and just I have connected for many time. I have physically reset, but because there will be a government use here, then after is automatically no reset the password. Show the successfully reset your password for your graphically. I have tools for connected my pen drive, and CLI show the for telnet. I have just going to telnet from our secure CRT. Then will be show the access denied. Access is denied. That possible for the how can we reset the password? Any idea?
See, but that thing, even I need to see your application and I need to understand the scenario well. Okay, we can discuss that like once you will be the part of sessions, I will guide you like how you can do it. But currently, even I need to understand the context, like what's happening, right? You have to share your screen, you have to show everything. And right now we're in the webinar, so After these sessions are over, and let's say if you're a part of our program, we will definitely be guiding you with that.
Am I audible?
Yes,
हेलो
Vikram, you're audible.
यस एक्चुअली मेरा डाउट ये है कि मुझे काली के कमांड्स एग्जैक्टली इतने याद नहीं है एंड मैंने काली इतना यूज नहीं किया है कभी तो इसका कुछ हमें प्रॉपरली डॉक्यूमेंटेशन या ऐसा कुछ है तो मिल सकता है तो हमारे लिए इजी होगा प्रैक्टिस के लिए
Yeah, so okay. And yeah, so that thing I will ask sir to provide you. I will share with him. And generally, whenever we will officially be starting our things, we
ओके
will be learning basics first. Okay. And like how I teach is I guide from basics. I teach theory also. You may find theory boring, but that is important. In
Okay.
interviews, whenever you will be giving, they will be asking you theory only. Firstly, they will not give you any side to test on. So theory, practicals, and basic concepts also we will be seeing. So basic Linux commands, basic Windows commands, basic PowerShell commands, I will teach you in the program.
Okay.
That's part of the course.
तो guys, हमने क्या किया था बेसिकली वी डिसाइडेड 3 टॉपिक फॉर दिस वर्कशॉप सो वो टॉपिक इट कैन बी बिगिनर इट कैन बी एडवांस तो आप उसको कंफ्यूज मत होना देख के कि मुझे समझ आएगा नहीं आएगा बिकॉज वंस वी आर स्टार्टिंग फ्रॉम द डे वन फ्रॉम द like a zero so we are starting from the very basic like a Kali Linux is the first part to start.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, I guess things are becoming quite confusing for all of you. So I will only be showing you this last command, and after that you can ask your questions if you will be having any. And yeah, but don't worry, we will be starting from basics. I guess you have seen the curriculum, so we have things starting from what is cybersecurity. From basics, we will be covering everything. Okay. So now here, let's say, okay, so this is, yeah, so this is my machine. So this is my vulnerable machine, and we will be trying to crack password of this. Okay. So now, for example, I know that login ID is MSF admin, but password I'm not aware of. So that thing also we can explore. We can find out with the help of Hydra. There is one main difference between Hydra and John the Ripper, that John the Ripper works like John the Ripper can work directly onto hash list also, but Hydra is interacting with the live services. For example, we have HTTP service, we have SSH service, we have Telnet service, we have RDP service, and there are more than 50 services for which Hydra can crack the passwords. Okay. All right. So now let's say if I'm doing Hydra and -L, I am aware of the username, which is MSF admin. And in the word list, I will be giving a word list. So word list I have not created yet. So I'm just coming up here. I am making the word list nano Hydra word .txt. And here I'm just giving some random words. For example, hello, let's say Kuwait, which are not even the passwords. And this MSF admin is the correct password. Now, if I'm doing okay, something random, let's save it. Okay, so we have made the word list. So this is Hydra underscore word dot txt. I'll just check it out the name. Yeah, so it's Hydra underscore word dot txt. And now let's say if we are trying to crack the FTP password. So here I'm just giving the IP address for that site. Yes, I guess somebody is having questions. Yeah. All right. So here if I'm just checking for my IP. Okay. It is 192.168.1. 239 dot let me check it again. It's 128. Okay, so now can you see that how this tool has searched for the password? So we have given the host name, we have given the login ID name, but password we were not sure of. We had the entire word list, it has checked for the passwords, and for that service, it has found out that the password is MSF admin. And when I tried logging in, I was able to log in. Okay, so this is how Hydra is working. Even Hydra is a big tool. John the Ripper is a big tool. We have a lot of other tools also for password cracking. But I guess this was sufficient for today. If you have any questions, you please ask me.
Yes, ma'am. I have one question. Like,
Yes, Kunal.